Let's sew an H-style cloth pad. Materials used for the toppers are cotton, lycra, and velour. For the cores are flannel and zorb. Washable glue sticks will be your best friend to help hold the cores in place. You can use any stitch to sew your cores onto the topper. I like to use a wavy stitch, but you can use a zigzag, straight stitch, any sort of decorative stitch is totally fine. Make sure you're sewing it to the back side of one of the toppers that you chose. I'm going to speed the process up here in a few minutes, so we'll save some time. You can make your cores rounded or rectangle. I have both of them on here so you can see the difference. Making sure to lock in your stitches at the beginning and the end. You're going to pin your fabrics together, correct sides facing each other. Okay, now you're going to sew them together and you're going to leave your turn hole open. So you're going to start on one side of the turn hole and you'll end at the other. Make sure you're always using a straight stitch for this. I like to use a shorter length stitch. It helps keep all your corners tighter together without seeing lines or your stitches in between. Walking foot definitely helps. I took mine off so you could see what it would look like without a walking foot. Making sure to pivot at the corners with your needle down. Lock in your stitch at the turn hole. Now to trim, you can use regular scissors or pinking shears. I use them both so you can see the difference, leaving extra fabric at the turn hole. If you're using regular scissors, make sure you snip into all of the curves, and always snip into the inner corners of any cloth pad style you're making. You can see what I did here. All right, next you're going to flip it inside out, aka the correct way, and push all the fabric out. I like to use a paintbrush handle or a chopstick, and it helps push all of your insides out. Makes them nice and rounded. Make sure your turn hole is pushed in flush with the rest of the pad. Adjust it as needed. Now you're going to top stitch. Always use a straight stitch for this and go about 1/4 inch away from the edge of the pad. Making sure to lock in your stitches again at the beginning and the end, and pivot at your corners. Trim your threads. I gave it a little iron because it got a little wavy from the tension when I was sewing because they're stretchy fabrics. Using a wool ironing mat. Those things are amazing. If you don't have one, definitely recommend it. Admire your new beautiful pad. These are reversible and there are no snaps, so you don't need extra things to make them, just some fabric and a sewing machine. That's it. So you can wear either the cotton velour side out